Welcome everybody to Misscliks D&D Seaborn. How are you guys doing today?
Fantastic.
Great.
Good. I'm not dead, unlike one certain person.
Yeah, if you guys look up in that direction, you'll see Anna is not here because Maribel is dead.
So that's what happens.
That's what happens when you don't
Too
take
soon.
when
Too
you don't
soon.
take your threats seriously. Not that I'm blaming Anna much. No. This is what happens, guys.
I wish she had fallen anyway.
To be fair, that was some pretty significant damage against her. Like,
It was some
I
pretty
don't think
significant
anybody
damage.
would have survived that.
Yeah. After an earlier crit that did like 20-something, didn't ask for any healing. The healer didn't heal her. I mean, there's blame to go all around the table.
Heal, FYI. It's just I happened to roll low initiative. Remember,
was good, man.
I said something along the lines of, I was going to cure moderate, but I'm going to inflict moderate instead. Because she's dead.
It was too late.
Just try to make life hard for you guys.
Okay.
So, speaking of, where did we leave off last session? Does anyone remember? Can anyone recap us?
We needed.
They killed her bird.
We killed and wanted to eat bird but failed because we didn't cook it properly. Then we had to split all the loot, and by loot I mean remaining of our friend's dead corpse.
Yes.
And we had to have experience. And
Yes.
we just acquired a map to Yunta because we did go see. We went to the temple.
You acquired a map of the world. Let's actually talk about that map for just a moment here before we finish the recap. So what you guys see on the screen right now is the one side of the map. The map has two sides. The one side shows you everything that's within 100 miles of you. The other side is a still image of the entire area, and we're going to flip to that map right now. It's a lot smaller. So this shows you the map of the world. I've colored the areas based on kingdoms. The kingdom coloration and names are not actually on your map, but I've given that to you here because you would understand kind of how the world is shaped. You guys are currently
There's like Gnome City Town thing island.
yes, the Gnomish Nation of Mighty Engineers.
Nice.
Don't go there. It's really annoying place. Everyone speaks in rhyme every moment of the day, and it's
We should
frustrating.
go there.
You'll probably end up killing yourselves if you go there for too long.
No, I
It's
think
not a good place.
You will kill yourself, Neil, not us, because you're the one who's gonna have to rhyme everything. We're gonna
Lovely.
be fine. We should go to Gnome Kingdoms.
Meanwhile, before you guys go off there, you guys are up here by the Shadow Wood. You'll notice that this map doesn't actually have the names of any of the cities on it. Feel free to write or draw on either of these maps that you have to put in things as you need. Over here on the far right is where your little town is. And down here, this is High Castle, where you guys met with Saffron.
Okay.
So as you sail about on the world map, you will sail about on this one that I've just transitioned you to. And you can kind of see things, and you can mark things if you want. I've already named the places that you've been, but everything else you're going to have to write down your own notes on what you think these places' names are, or any other notes that you would like to have. So that's it for the interruption. Jen, please continue.
So, last episode. So basically, yeah, we just we were navigating to find the map that my God, your name, I always forgot your name. Tamriel. He knew of a map in an old temple, and he said we should go there. So we headed there, but on our way we had to go through a dark and dangerous forest where like plants were grappling us and trying to kill us, where Maribel died. After that we grieved for a while, some of us more than others. And then we got to the temple and we were presented with a couple choices each. And V and myself did the safe decision of both picking map, which was the nice decision. We got each of us 1 point in strength because we're good people according to tempos. And now we have a map and a dead comrade, and we have our remaining items to split.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much it.
All right. So why don't we give out some experience for last week?
Ooh.
You only have to divide it amongst 3 characters instead of 4. Actually, it's going to be... So everyone gets 2,200 experience from last session.
Huzzah.
Slowly making our way there. And with this new big world map that you guys have, we're going to do the sailing a little bit differently. So every 2 hours, you can move 1 square. This boat is controllable by anyone in the party, but I ask that only one of you control it at a time. And so you can just use the arrow keys on your keyboard to move it 1 square. And that's 1 square horizontally, vertically, or diagonally that you can go in 2 hours. Your ship does have 5 sets of oars, 5 on one side, 5 on the other side, with little rowing benches. So if you have 10 people sitting there rowing those 5 sets of oars, you can move at twice the movement rate at 1 square per hour. And then the map will move with you as you move around.
So cool.
We should get rowers.
You can get rowers, but then you gotta account for their food and, all that fun stuff, which could be helpful or hurtful, depending on how you play.
It's fine.
Yeah.
We should hire them and then not pay them ever.
Was that a 2,200 XP each?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm very far away from my next level up.
Okay.
Same.
All right. So where we last left the party was not on the world map. You guys are still in the old and ruined temple right now, deep within the dark forest. Well, the shadow forest. And it is unnaturally quiet in here. There's no animals sounds. There's just like the wind blowing through the trees and the occasional creaking of a branch. But there's no birds. There's no rustling bushes. No running water. Just still silence.
Ah, yes. And the last time I left off, I had just called out, Corbin, are you still around?
There was no answer.
Okay, how much of this temple have we explored? Does it look like a temple?
It's mostly ruined. It would take you about 5 minutes to explore the rest of it.
Okay, let us take 5 minutes. Remember, don't take anything else. I'm proud of you, Albert, for only choosing the map, but don't ruin it for us now.
How could I ruin it for you?
Just also wander around and look at stuff.
There's not much to see. The whole place is completely ruined. After 5 minutes of traveling around this place, you come to the conclusion that there's nothing of value here. Most of it is overgrown with plants. That's just crumbled and decayed.
Oh, that spell book would have been nice.
Well, do any of you remember where Saffron was directing us?
Yes, let me pull up my notebook. Saffron was directing us to Yunta in Matava, kingdom to the south.
All right, let me just take a look at the other side of this map.
And you turn it over.
See? Matava, right by Eridon and Mystria.
Could you point at it, please? That location.
Here.
Ah. Oh, it's quite a ways.
Like, you can imagine the scene right now. We're like looking over our big map and I'm like pointing to the big word that says Matava.
The words aren't actually on the map.
Oh. So I'm like, I know everything. I got this. It's there.
Okay, on the south side of Matava?
Huh.
You see, Matava is a pretty big place.
Yeah. Yunta and Matava. Let me see.
Yunta is a city?
Yes.
Well, you see, my knowledge of that area is not very good. Did Yunta exist 1,500 years ago?
I don't. It might have. You weren't in that part of the world.
Yeah, all I know is Yunta. It strangely sounds like a Kuna Matata to me. Yunta and Matava. In Yunta Matava.
Okay, do we have any... Well, I suppose our base is on the way, unless we want to take the south side.
So where are we right now?
We're there. Oops. Click. We're on that top left island, north of Akuba.
Oh, can you ping it again?
I can't actually ping.
Huh.
Click and hold with the mouse.
Oh, there it is.
Pointer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's really freaking far.
It's on the other side of the world, pretty much.
Literally.
Oh, wait, we can... The world is round here, right?
No, it doesn't wrap here. There's other things further out.
Oh, okay.
Feel it wraps.
Not right here. It doesn't. It's not like if you go left to Akuba, you appear on the
That's
right
like-
of Eridon.
Got it.
Yeah.
Much faster if we go that way, because this seems like a crazy distance if we have to go through land.
Brilliant. You're absolutely right. Perhaps if we travel left, we'll find our way over in Matava.
Or maybe the world ends there and we'll just fall into everlasting darkness, because the world is clearly like flat, right? It's not round.
The world is spherical. It is known.
The world is round. We're not in olden days. What am I talking about here?
So, how would you guys like to get to Matava? There are 3 ways, as I see it.
Okay.
You can go all the way around Eridon, you can go all the way around Akuba, or you can go through the channel here.
Oh, the channel.
Oh, the channel. And we can't go like from the other side, like we said, as a round map.
No. If you head off in one of these directions, you're gonna head out into the open sea, which is super dangerous.
I know.
Generally speaking,
Don't go through the shortcut. We get it. You had some plans for us.
Yeah, no reason not to take the shortcut.
so which way are you guys going?
Through the channel.
What do we know about the channel?
Well, before the world was split apart, this channel didn't exist. That just imagine all like collapsing back in and on itself. So this channel that has appeared now is the result of the Earth kind of splitting up, which means that there's these steep cliffs, in some places hundreds of feet high, kind of around here. Whoops. Around this area, and near High Castle. It's a 130-foot high cliff before you can get to High Castle. And these shipping lanes are very busy and very popular. Lots of boats travel up and down here. You guys kind of have a distinguishable ship because it's not that big and it's got Rift Dancer along the side. But as long as nobody knows that you're on it, you're pretty safe. Once people place Rift Dancer with you guys, then anytime you go through that channel, you're going to be an easy target for anyone who wants to collect a fat bounty. So it's fast, as long as no one knows who you are.
Are we really in a rush, though? Like, why would we want to take the shortcut?
Because... Well, let me posit you another theorem. Is there any reason why you do not spend 4 hours eating a meal every day? The answer is, if you can do it in a shorter amount of time, why not?
But I mean, if we do engage into that channel and things go wrong, we're stuck walking on land, which is not our strength. If we go around, we have probably always multiple ways of escaping a situation.
How could things possibly go wrong?
Are you really asking me that question?
We're
We're playing Dungeons and Dragons.
We are
sorry.
but another... That is probably the safest area. It is a well-traveled shipping lane.
What if we find another ship?
We will find many other ships.
What if we use another ship?
You can change your appearance. I have a cloak, a robe. And Trellis is not very noticeable.
I mean, you're the captain, so I'll follow you, but I feel like this is not the right decision. I'd like to advise against it. What do you think, Trellis?
Well, we've already encountered quite a bit of danger. What's the worst that can happen now?
We could all die.
Then we all die.
Oh,
You
come
will
on.
be making us go an extra 1,500 miles if you make us go.
That seems silly. There will be trouble out on the ocean just like there will be trouble in here. I say we go through the quicker way.
Of course.
Have you heard the tale about the rabbit and the turtle?
Was I mistaken in thinking you was a powerful magician, Albert?
Well,
No.
I'd see
You
myself
are.
more as a turtle than a rabbit, meaning I win the race.
Anyways, let's head back to shore. We can talk about it on the way there, and then we talk about it and we choose.
What about you, Ryan? What do you think?
You know, I don't really care.
Fine. So it's a tie. Let's go.
Okay. Does everyone remember what their HP totals were? I think actually Anna was the only one that was getting hit. I
Yeah.
think the rest of you guys are at full. All right.
I also, while we're on the journey, I tell the crew. So now that our frontline fighter is dearly departed, bless her soul, I shall take on that role. I can take a few hits, even though I may look like a skeleton.
Yeah, and you can heal yourself. That's good. You'll
Make-
know when the right timing is.
Trellis, how are you on the front lines?
I've been on the front lines the whole time, so I'll continue to do as I do.
You start to make your way back down into that creek bed, the old river bed that leads out to leads out to the coast. Is there any particular marching order that you guys want to be in? Any particular distribution or precaution I should be aware of?
For the traveling?
Yeah.
Yeah, we took a long way around that monster last time around. Oh, I still have that one remaining thing. So the marching order is the one sea wolf will walk 50 feet in front of us. I think the place is pretty recognizable. We're going to avoid that place where the sea wolf got picked up by the plant.
Yes. Hopefully there should still be a sea wolf corpse dangling in the air.
If there isn't, we wouldn't know the spot.
Give me an intelligence check, everybody.
What? An intelligence check?
Yes, ma'am.
I can do this.
Oh my god, you guys are so smart.
So smart.
So
So smart. Yeah, you guys can definitely pick out that spot where the tree was grabbing you. God, you're all brilliant today. Okay. You pick your way down.
Was the tree the thing that killed Maribel?
No, that was a shambling mound.
Oh, okay. The two look nothing alike.
Nothing alike.
you know what we should do? We should hire some henchmen to tank the front lines.
Well, I have a solution for that. There's no need to hire henchmen when you have a cleric in your party.
Oh, you're thinking undead army, aren't you?
Of course. Why hire actual men when you can simply use skeletons?
I mean, we could have both.
We could, and the men do turn into skeletons. We would only really need to hire one. Well, basically, each time we hire men, we will get twice the value out of them.
Yeah, so we should hire a bunch. I mean, no matter what happens to them, they still have value.
Hmm.
And I know that you know what I mean when I say value.
You guys make your way through the riverbed. You come across the shambling mound where Maribel was ripped apart.
Do I think that the shambling mound could be made into a zombie? Is that a thing?
No,
okay.
It's definitely some strange semi-magical construct. Doesn't quite work this way.
Okay.
You find the remains of the vegetation there. Continue making your way down the creek bed. When you get to the area where the sea wolf was picked up by the hangman tree, you don't see the sea wolf's corpse anywhere. It's not dangling in the air. It's nowhere to be found. But you know the area. Pretty recognizable to all of you. So I think you can bypass it. Yeah, without any problems. You slip onto the other side, up the steep embankment, go around for a while, come back down through the riverbed, and after a few hours of hiking a quiet forest, you arrive back at your ship. Well, you arrive back where you can dock your ship. I think Temriel is carrying the ship.
Yes. Okay, I unfurl the ship and we will go on our way.
It is about midday, maybe a little bit after midday. Who wants to drive the ship?
Yeah,
I'll do it.
No,
Oh, you
sure.
wanna do
Go
it?
ahead, Navigator.
Perfect. I take the wheel.
All right, Jen. So you are traveling by sail right now. So every 2 hours you can go 1 square.
Does that mean I need to do it?
Yeah, click on the ship and use your keyboard to move it.
So, where are we headed, Captain?
Northeast.
So I do 2 squares?
1 square every 2 hours.
Oh.
So we can just use this as a way to keep track of the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I just did 1 square.
Good, just keep going.
Yeah, just
until...
keep going. We'll follow you around and track the time.
Okay, once that's probably night at this point, so I'll be steering the ship.
18. All right.
Like,
She grabs it. That's 20 hours. Go ahead and steer it then,
I
Trump.
do day shift, he does night shift, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
Well-
night fell in like probably 6 hours, so after 6 hours, I was the one steering the ship.
Sure.
And then now at this point, I would have steered in this direction. It's your turn again, Albert.
Wait.
It's been,
Oh, okay, so it's my turn again.
yes, 20 hours later. Albert keeps steering. 22, 4, 6, 8, 30 hours, 32, 34, 6, 38, 40, 42,
When do we
4,
switch?
No,
Doesn't
we
really matter.
switched.
46,
I'm saying basically every...
Yeah. 46 hours. It's been 2 days almost.
So, like,
48.
where do we want to head? Like, are we stopping anywhere?
No, just continue along the coast, I suppose.
You don't think we'll end up missing food at some point?
It's the channel.
50, 52.
We have a magical map. There is no way to get lost.
6,
So where we're headed, where
58.
you want us to go, correct?
60.
Yes, just keep going along the coast.
64, 6, 68.
Every day, Albert keeps
70.
annoying me with the same question, and I keep answering in the same way.
78,
And as we travel, I'm working on my combat skills.
40,
Ah, see? Look, Albert on the map. That's the
90,
channel.
92.
Yeah,
Four.
I'm very excited to go through that channel.
6, 98, 100. Stop for a moment if you would.
Yeah.
All right, so you've been traveling for 102 hours so far. That's what, like 3 days, just about.
It's
Four,
like
yeah.
a short meal marathon stream.
Yeah, easy peasy. Do that stuff in my sleep. And now you guys are approaching the large channel. Is there anything that you guys want to do or prepare for before you head in?
I feel we should get a bunch of food. And
You already did, I think.
Yeah, we should have supplies for a while.
I feel we should get another ship. Get some henchmen.
I'm
And
sure we'll meet into some random kobolds and then we will have our henchmen.
kobolds are not good henchmen. We need trained fighters.
Oh, no, not the kobolds, of course. The skeletons are all the same.
I would advise prudence, Captain. I feel we're being a bit hasty, and you know what happened with our last partner.
You are trying not to be hasty in traveling down a well-traveled shipping passage. We have faced many more dangers than traveling down a shipping passage.
I don't like having no escape route.
So, my question to you is, how are you guys going to avoid being noticed when you travel through the channel?
Could you describe our ship? I wasn't sure. There was some place where people can sleep inside, or?
Yeah,
Do you have
let me give another description for it. In its larger form, which it is right now, because remember, it can transform also into a rowboat if you want like a really small rowboat. In its larger form, the boat is decked, has single rowing seats, 5 sets of oars, a steering oar, an anchor, a deck cabin, a mast, and a square sail. It is 24 feet long, 8 feet wide, and deep, 6 feet deep. It can hold 15 people with ease.
How long does your altar self last for, Albert?
Like 20 minutes.
Okay. Well, I suppose you two can stay in the cabin, and I will just be, or whoever is out steering will just need to be robed.
But I
And
mean,
then the remaining ones will be in the cabin.
people will take notice of our passage with the ship. They're gonna be able to intercept us at any point. I feel having a backup ship is the best option.
Why would anybody intercept us?
Because we're wanted. Well, something will happen at some point where we're gonna have to stop in the city, and then we're gonna be in a bad spot.
Well, I'm unnoticeable in the city, so I can step in the city, or Ryan can.
Fine, be my guest.
I mean, I think having an extra ship would just bring more notice to us.
No, we could hide the first ship and it could be our backup ship. Escape plan, my friends. Escape plans. If they say, oh, Trellis and our friends are on the goblin boat, then we switch to the Rivdancer and people won't find us.
It is simple. We just have to leave no witnesses.
Very well.
Like extinguishing all the cities alongside the coast of the channel. Be my guest.
Besides, we have an escape plan. We can just jump overboard.
Yeah, I'll be the first one to do so.
Great.
All
I
right.
didn't peg you as much of a swimmer.
Oh, I can swim. So how about some henchmen to row faster? I feel like that would be a good thing.
How much do you think that costs?
I mean, if they don't survive the trip, it's gonna cost us nothing except time.
Well, of course we would have to pay them up front. I asked Albert how much, and then he probably has some sort of answer.
How much is like a couple henchmen?
For what? Just to hire to row your boat?
And fight.
Well, usually you hire people like rowers or fighters. You don't hire, like, fighters don't want to row boats, and rowers don't want to fight. They're separate jobs, typically. I'm sure if you pay a fighter enough, they'll also row your boat, but, you know, they picked fighting so they wouldn't have to row for their living.
We'll just have to make them do it anyways.
Alternatively, if we just got rowers, they would be able to fight.
But they would be bad fighters.
Well, no, because they would become skeletons.
Oh. Yes.
Rowers are not super expensive. I think you pay them like a silver a day to row your boats. If you want to get a fighter, usually like a mercenary is usually 1 gold per day, and they get looting rights. So they get the rights to whatever treasure they find on anything that you kill. So if you hire like 5 mercenaries, they all get a gold a day, and then they split whatever.
With us, right?
No, just
Like-
amongst themselves.
Wait, so we would get nothing?
Yeah, that's like you hire a mercenary because you want them to do your killing for you, and part of their contract is they get, they take the wealth of whatever they can kill. That's part of their pay is.
So they keep what they kill, but we keep what we kill.
No.
They
No.
get what we kill too.
When you hire a mercenary, they get paid a gold a day, and they get the looting rights for anything that is lootable.
So we don't fight anymore then.
Right, like you would hire mercenaries so that to defend you. You wouldn't really
But
hire mercenaries to help you adventure. Then you'd bring them on as like a full-time member, and then they'd get an equal pay in everything you do. But if you're going to hire them to defend you, then they get looting rights. It's a different
But
sort
I
of
mean,
arrangement.
After they get looting rights, we can just loot them, so that's not an issue.
I find that to be breaking your word, which is not very. I disagree with that.
Well, it wouldn't be the
Of
first
course,
time.
if we were to. What?
So that wouldn't be the first time that it's happened. So
Oh, Trellis, when have I ever broken my word?
I wasn't speaking to you.
Ah, okay. When has Albert ever broken his word?
There have been many a times that he's cowered out of a fight.
I never cowered. I used my magic wisely. And I survived, unlike other party members.
So, are the two of you going to stay below
I bite
decks?
my tongue.
How are you going to deal with going through the channel?
So how about some rowers and not fighters? We'd go faster.
I do want to note that any rower who comes on the ship will immediately notice its magical nature, because it will sail even when the wind is bad or, slightly against you, and it will still make movement. So anyone who comes aboard your ship while it's sailing will immediately notice that there's something otherworldly about it.
Ah.
Maybe we
Well-
should get slaves.
I think we just handle it ourselves.
Fine, Captain.
So Albert will take turns. I think 8, 8, and 8 on navigation. Is that okay with you, Trellis?
That would be fine.
I'll take the midnight shift, of course.
Which is right about now. Before you guys move any further, it's about the sun is setting.
Okay. Well, then I'll go ahead and move us 4 spaces southeast.
Okay. And diagonal is 1 space as well. So feel free to make liberal use of diagonals.
Oh, nice. Let's see.
Keyboard. Use the keyboard.
Do
Up,
you
down,
have
left,
any
right.
way of scouting ahead, Captain?
Oh, I see. 1, 2. Scouting ahead, you said, before you go to sleep?
Yeah.
How would we scout ahead?
I don't know, you have magical power, premonitions, whatever. Knowing
Oh,
when
yeah,
a road-
surely I could ask Tempos whether or not traveling down this channel is a good idea. However, I would not bother my deity with such a trivial question. And as you head off to sleep, I sail us 8 hours into the channel.
Okay. All right. Someone keep driving it. I'll let you know when something happens.
Trellis probably wants to take the morning one, since Albert would usually prepare spells at that time.
It might actually end up being too inefficient to have you guys switch off between people driving the ship on the map. So why don't, each map driving section will have one person be the driver.
Okay.
And I don't really care who it is.
You go ahead.
That's been 8 hours. Keep driving, Trump.
Okay. 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4.
So that's 8 and 4. That's 12. It's 1 day brings you down here.
Yep.
Okay. Unless you want to stop here, keep driving.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4 is 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 is 8. That's day 2.
Day 2 through the channel. So far, you've seen other ships sailing around you. Lots of people going to and fro. You've seen large elevator. Well, at this place right here, you don't know the name of this city up on this massive cliff, but you do notice it has like this weird constructed elevator made of dragged by chains up that kind of lowers itself down to the docks down in the channel and then raises maybe 20 tons of equipment all up at the same time. It's quite a sight to behold.
As we're approaching that split on the fork, I ask Albert, do we have any idea on if we want to head west or east along that fork? Do you know where the location of what it is that we are trying to obtain?
I'm not sure, but my gut feeling would be that we should go east.
We should what?
Go east.
Okay, and we were looking for a temple, a ruin. We were looking for an order.
We're looking for Yunta.
Yunta. Okay.
On the other side of the canal. To the
Perhaps, since this looks to be a big city, we ask someone here where Yunta is.
I guess that would be on Trellis. But
Or we can just simply ask one of the ships along the way. Just yell at them, hey, where's Yunta?
I feel we should avoid telling people that the Rift Dancer is going to Yunta.
No one will notice. It's just asking for directions.
We are wanted! I don't understand how you guys are thinking we're fine.
We have robes on. No one will recognize us.
You will.
Albert, your cowardice shows in both combat and in non-combat
You
situations.
can say whatever you want. I'm confident in my decisions. Do what you please. Be my guest. I'll go hide in the bottom of the thing. I'll be fine there. With Maribel's corpse.
Okay, well, Trellis, could you ask one of the ships traveling like up the river where Yunta is?
Sure, as we pass by a ship, I will ask.
All right. The call comes south side of Matava, near the Yunta River. You gotta go to Jackart to get there. Not Jackart. Got the place's name already. You've got to go to Jaka to get there. Head south and then go west, he says as his ship slowly moves away from you.
All right, we go south and then west.
Great. That'll be during Trellis' shift, I suppose. And
right.
we'll just take the advice there. And we'll probably, I'm aiming to dock in, not maybe that town, we'll dock in that green area, the swamp.
The swamp is, again, there's like a waterfall. It's a large cliff here.
Ah.
The only way to get out of the channel is to go up the staircase at this town. Or unless you want to scale the cliff, you could try that too.
Are the stairs well traveled?
Yes, there's a whole dock down below here. Maybe 60 ships. Most of them just kind of docked and sitting, bobbing in the waves. A whole bunch of them out fishing, but it's getting on towards evening now, so most of the fishing ships have come in. And then there's a big staircase that goes back and forth, rising about 60 feet to the city above, town above.
Okay, we shall go up under the cover of night. So when night falls, we'll dock the ship, get off, assuming no one's around, if no one's around, and then pack up the ship into a box.
Okay. So, night comes, and you sail your ship in to the dock somewhere. There are lanterns lit, and it seems that there are some guards patrolling the harbor at night. And looks like there's two sets of guards, two guards patrolling the harbor. The staircase looks pretty empty and untraveled right now. Anyone traveling up and down it would probably need light because the moon is almost new, so there's almost no light to see by here. You're gonna have to... How do you deal with transforming your ship into a box and picking it up if you stop at a dock? Because if you transform it to a box, it'll just float as a box down below. It's not like if you put it up on the beach and transform it and then walk out and grab it, because the dock is above the water. This is the first time you've had to deal with this dilemma.
I feel it would make us very suspicious if we changed the boat into a box right about now.
Yes, there's nowhere to just go up, huh?
Mm-mm.
Was there a way further down?
Not that you guys saw. It looks like these cliffs it's just cliffs everywhere.
Could we use a spell to make it super, super misty and like cloudy so nobody would notice that we changed?
What?
Could we cloud the entire area or make it super misty so nobody sees what we're doing and then turn it into a box?
Well, Albert, do you have such a capability?
Let me look through my spell book, I say with a little smile. I don't think I can cover a whole ship with this. Neil, how big is the ship?
The ship is like 24 feet long and 8 feet wide, I think. Let me double check though.
Oh. I can cover this ship.
I also can. Not now, of course. Well, yeah, not now.
So why do we want to stop here?
It's the only way up.
And why do you want to go up?
Because Yunta, or we're growing.
Alright.
Why do you ask me such trivial questions, Albert?
I want to make sure that we're on the same page. Alright, so I can cover up 200 square feet per 50 feet per level.
What spell is that?
Improved Phantasmal Force.
Hmm.
So the question is what the phantasm is. I can cloud us. I can make the ship sing. I can make the ship... Technically, I guess I could even make it invisible.
You can't make a ship invisible. You can only block line of sight to it.
But like, I could technically just replicate ocean and land on top of the ship, no?
Can we turn the bigger ship into a rowboat while we are on it?
You've never tried that before.
Do I know anything about that?
I think you would expect the ship you to be folded inside the ship and not stay on the rowboat. But you've never tried it before.
Wait, can you say that again?
So when you before have turned the ship into a box, the things that were inside the ship went inside the box and then came back out when you transformed it. But going from a ship to a rowboat, all the things that were inside the ship were then inside the rowboat in an extra dimensional space. But whatever was on, you've never done the test to like see if a person standing on the ship then stands on the rowboat.
Okay.
It's an interesting test to do.
How would No, never mind. Is it unexpected to bring a rowboat onto shore? Like on a dock? Rowboats
No.
are still large.
It would
Never
just
mind.
be like, what boat did you come from would be the question, but if there were other boats in the area that you could have come from, I don't think anyone would notice or care.
Well, then it would probably be easiest to just say we rode all the way down here and then pick up the rowboat and go up.
So how are you going to get into rowboat form?
I would advise the two of you to get off the ship. Well, the three of us will get off the ship. The three of us will get off the ship. I will say the words to change it into a rowboat, and then we'll get on the rowboat.
All right, so you're all just going to jump in the water.
What about our goods?
They'll still be on the ship.
Mm-hmm. I'm not leaving without my chest. I take my chest, Neil.
What is in your chest? How heavy is it? Is it going to sink when you put it in the water?
Albert, you have no problem with keeping the chest in a box. Why would you have a problem keeping it in a rowboat?
I'm scared it disappears.
It will not disappear.
Neil, I take all of my good belongings out of the chest.
Can they fit in your bag?
Yeah, it's all small stuff.
Cool.
Like a gem, crystal prism. I feel like all that stuff can be out of it.
Cool.
Money.
Sure. As long as it's not more than you can hold in your bag, go for it.
Okay. So I guess I'm not bringing all of my silver, but I have all of my gold and my pearls and my value.
All right. And then everyone jumps in the ocean.
No, before that, is it possible to tread water without the swimming skill?
Yes, you can tread water in relatively calm waters.
This qualifies?
This qualifies as relatively calm waters.
There's no one watching, right?
There are people.
Dark enough?
There are people on patrol holding their lanterns, but unless you guys have light on your ship, they probably can't see anything. You know?
Okay. Great. Let's get off and then turn the ship into a rowboat, and then we will get back on.
Okay. Ryan has to take off his wet armor because otherwise he'll sink since he doesn't know how to. Does he know how to swim? Determine that.
No, we didn't determine it.
I don't think Ryan knows how to swim. Most people don't. So he takes off his armor, but keeps his sword. And then you guys all climb off or jump off the boat.
Before we jump, I'd like to cast the improved Phantasmal Force.
What are you going to improve, Phantasmal Force?
So you're saying I can't make a reflection or anything happen?
No, you can't make something disappear. You can only create things that block light. You know, like, you can create stuff, but you can't make stuff vanish. So you can't replace the boat with open water, because that's making the boat invisible. But you could make a wall appear around the boat. Or you could make mist appear around the boat. Or you could make a wall appear in front of the person who's trying to see the boat.
I'll go with mist and I'll try to make it as large as possible, like trying to cover up like the shore, us jumping, the boat. And I'm trying to make it like as wide as possible, like not just the boat, but like the full width of the river, if that's possible.
What level spellcaster are you?
4.
Alright, so you can create 400 square feet of mist, so a 20 by 20 foot area, or a 40 by 10 foot area.
Yeah.
That's not a super big area, but you mist in front of the boat. That put together with the darkness already from it being nighttime, you feel should be sufficient coverage that no one will notice a transforming boat.
Nor the jumping people.
Right. They might hear the splashes, but that could be anything, right?
When we jump in the water, I will make fishes jump.
You do it. Alright, you guys all hop in the water. Temriel says the word, which I think you guys probably know the words to transform the boat by now. And it shrinks into a little rowboat.
The word for the shifting?
Yeah, you guys all know the words for the ship.
What is it?
Temriel, what are the words to transform the ship?
I do not know.
Make them up. There should be 3. 1 to go in ship mode, 1 in rowboat mode, and 1 in box mode.
I know. Rift ship, rift boat, and rift box.
Those are the magic words. Do be careful saying them, because anytime you do say those in the presence of the boat, it will cause it to shapeshift. And you don't... The current thinking is if you are inside the box, like if you're on the ship and it gets transformed into a box, being in there and saying the words will not transform you out. So if all 3 of you get stuck inside the box at any given point, you're just trapped forever. So,
Nice.
just a heads up. Anyway, you say...
Technically, we could trap someone in the ship.
Yes, and you could. Be interesting.
We trapped the dragon.
Okay.
Come abroad. Come
Or
aboard.
maybe our ship would burn because dragons breathe fire.
But maybe he would be caught in extra-dimensional
I
space.
don't think the dragon would fit in our ship. That would be very impressive.
I don't know. I think if he was standing on it, he may. Extra-dimensional space.
Okay, well, rift boat, and then we climb back on the boat,
All
and
right.
then we row it in.
You are all sopping wet as you make it up to the dock. You can then, find the little ladder, transform it, haul it on your back, and haul the box up with you onto the docks.
I think we want to haul the boat up.
Oh.
So, like we are rowing in, and then we're just taking the rowboat.
Okay. All right, it's a little bit difficult to haul the rowboat up, but you can do it between the 4 of you with Brian.
Do people usually jump off ship to get into rowboats, or do they stay dry?
They normally climb down into the rowboat.
We should wait until we're dry.
Or somebody was clumsy and knocked us all in. It happens.
Whatever.
All right.
But we can dry if that makes you feel better.
So
It does.
the rowboat is kind of long. It's awkward for one person to carry, so it's going to take 2 of you to carry the rowboat. It's 10 feet in length, 4 feet in width.
That's perfect. It also serves as a little bit of a disguise. So Albert and I will be robed and carrying the boat
All right.
over our heads.
As you guys walk down the docks, heading towards the big staircase, one of the guards stops you. One of the sets of guards stops you. They're both women. They're wearing scale mail and carry spears with what looks to be like slings hanging from their side. And it's just excuse me, did you pay your docking fees?
Oh, we were looking for the person to pay.
I'm not speaking to you, man. You. Trellis. Not Trellis. You, woman. Speak up.
Unfortunately, we didn't know where to pay. We were actually looking for that. If you can guide us in the right direction, we'd be most appreciated.
Where's your ship?
Well, we have this nice little rowboat here that we came in on. Do we need to pay docking fees for that?
Are you taking it up to the town?
We're doing a little bit of traveling, sightseeing, as you will.
1 silver.
You got it. I take a silver out and I hand it to her. Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome, and I wouldn't recommend swimming in the water. It comes from the swamp. It's pretty gross.
We'll stay clear of that. Thank you for the warning.
Have a good night.
Thank you as well.
The 2 women wave you on, and you make your way to the staircase. We're going to take a break here, and when we come back, you guys will go up the staircase and into whatever town this is in this new kingdom that you have not been to yet. See you guys in a few minutes.